Hi friends, I thought I would sit down with you and do a little coffee chat. I have my iced coffee this morning. Well, actually it's this afternoon because actually I was planning on having my hot cup of coffee with you this morning and sitting down and talking with you. But I have to admit, I am just not a morning person at all. It takes me a really long time to just get going in the morning. If I have an appointment in the morning, I have to get up a couple of hours ahead of time just so that I can get myself together. And so by the time I got myself together this morning, did my outdoor chores and everything else, it was pretty much lunchtime. So I decided to do an afternoon chat and have an iced coffee instead. So pause this video and go get your favorite beverage, and you might be watching this in the morning, and so maybe you'll be joining me with a hot cup of coffee or a hot cup of tea or whatever it is that you like to drink, and let's have a little chat. I have a few things I wanted to update you on. Life update, and in the title it said Lucy update and life update. So we'll start with Lucy first, and she is a big part of my life, so it's part of a life update as well. First of all, I wanted to thank everyone who has reached out to me in the comment section and on my Facebook page asking about Lucy and praying for her and for our situation. I really appreciate it so much that you guys care enough about me that you care about my animals, and that's very touching and I really appreciate it. Several of you have been asking about Lucy and how she's doing, so I thought I'd just give a little bit of an update. If those of you who don't know what's been going on, Lucy is my dog. She will be 16 in November, so she's getting up there in age. There's a little chart at the vet that kind of equates the dog years to people years, and I believe, I can't remember exactly, but I think on that chart she's registered at like 73 years old if she was a person. So she's getting up there in age, and about a month or so ago she got very sick, and she ended up having to stay in the vet hospital for almost a week. She had some surgery done on her teeth. She had severe dental problems, which I didn't realize. I knew she was having difficulty eating, but I just thought it was because she's getting old, you know, and I thought she was getting picky. But as time was going on, she was just eating less and less food and snooping her nose up at more and more and unable to chew things properly. And so she ended up getting very sick, and that's what led to us figuring out that it was the main root cause of her problem was her teeth. So she had surgery, had many teeth extracted and teeth cleaned, and she was on antibiotics for, I think all totaled she was on antibiotics for 3 weeks. In the midst of this, her kidney function was bad, and it was really bad when she was first admitted into the hospital. And so they weren't sure if it was her kidneys or what was going on with her, but come to find out it all stemmed from her teeth, the problem with her teeth and the infection that she had in her teeth. Because while she was in hospital, her kidney function improved greatly. It wasn't back to normal, but it was much better. They had her on a special kidney diet, a diet for kidneys, not kidneys in the food, but a diet for kidneys, and they sent us home with food for that, with antibiotics and all kinds of things. The first day home, she acted like she was the best, you know, she acted so completely differently than the day when we took her and she was admitted into the hospital. She was acting like a puppy again. She was just so full of energy. Of course, she was still on pain medication because that was the day she had her dental surgery was the day they sent her home, and they said that, you know, the next day she would actually be a lot worse because, you know, after surgery the second day is always worse. But anyway, she just was so much better. But like they said, the next day she was down again. She did not want to eat. I'm sure her mouth was very sore. She had lots of sutures because they had to, you know, surgically remove some of her teeth. And I gave her the pain medicine that they had prescribed, and it was just way too strong for her. It just knocked her for a loop. She was not interested in eating. She just laid in her bed and slept all day. So I called the vet back, and they said, you know, just don't give her the next dose of pain medicine and see how she does. Take a sip. And if she does act like she needs more pain medicine, to just give her half a dose. Well, she never acted like she ever needed any more pain medicine, so we didn't give her any more of that. The food that they gave was it was in a can, and it was like a paste is all I can really describe it. And they said that for the first few days she would need to have it watered down almost to a slurry or a soup type consistency. So that's what I did. But she just was not interested in eating that food at all unless I fed her by a spoon. So Olivia took some video footage of me feeding Lucy with a spoon. So I will insert that video here. So yeah, for about 4 or 5 days, the only way I could get her to eat is that I'd have to sit on the floor and spoon feed her her food soup. We couldn't figure out really why she wouldn't eat it out of the bowl. Scott surmised it was the action of lowering her head and all the blood rushing to her mouth, and it was very uncomfortable. So that's why, you know, when I was feeding her with a spoon, she could keep her head more upright. And that kind of makes sense to me. We don't know if that is why, but that makes sense to me. Then, as she progressed and got better and started feeling better and her gums were healing, she was hating that special kidney food more and more and more. Every single day she would bark to be fed because she was hungry, and then I would give her her food and she'd take 2 or 3 licks and then just look at me like, I just can't stand this stuff. So I tried everything. I tried mixing it with other food. I tried mixing it with chicken broth. I tried mixing it with peanut butter. Yeah, gross. And she just didn't like it. And every day that she got to feeling better, she would eat less and less and less of it. So finally, about 3 or 4 days before I was due to take her back to the vet for a follow-up checkup, I just gave up on that kidney food diet and started giving her the regular dog food again, and she loved it. She was so happy to be back on her regular food. So I took her back to the vet a few days ago, and they drew more blood. They wanted to check her kidney function again, and the results came back that her kidney function was still not normal. It was slightly elevated, more than what it was when they sent her home. So I'm waiting to hear back from the vet as far as, because when he told me that, the day that we were talking, it was kind of like we were playing phone tag. I wasn't home, and he called, and I called, and he was busy. And so when he gave me those that results of the test and said that she needed to be on a kidney care diet from now on, I didn't have time to really process it or ask any more questions than that. So I thought of some more questions, and I called them back, and I'm waiting to hear back from the vet. But some of my questions are, you know, are her kidneys permanently damaged? Is it because of the teeth that this happened? Or is it just a natural part of the aging process with dogs? and what to expect. What's her life expectancy from this point on, what to look for, what signs to look for a decline in her kidneys, etc., etc. And we went back to the vet and got some different kind of dog food that are good for kidneys, because they offer more varieties of foods that are good for kidneys, not just the brand that she absolutely hates. So they sent home with this, and this is what we've tried so far, and she really likes this. I mean, she's been eating this. And then the other kind was this, which she hasn't tried yet. I went on Chewy.com to see if they offered these cans of food, or this type of food, and they do have both kinds. It is not cheap. $50 a case for this. So I'm glad she likes this, because this is only $30 a case. A case for her should last a month, so it's a lot, but it's not, you know, it's doable for us financially. $50, no. So we probably won't be buying this kind again. They do also at the vet offer the kidney care treats, dog treats, which I couldn't find on Chewy.com, but they do have them at my vet's. So I'll probably go and pick her up some chews, some little treats, because she misses her treats. Because that was another question I had. I mean, is she allowed to have any other food, anything else to go in her mouth other than the kidney care stuff? Because, I mean, my husband especially is really bad about sharing his snacks with the dogs. We don't feed them from the table, but like at night, if he makes popcorn, he shares it with the dogs. If he eats some potato chips, he shares them with the dogs. If he eats cheese, he shares it with the dogs. I mean, he even gives our dogs jelly beans sometimes. I keep telling him not to do that, but he's like, but they want it. And I'm like, it doesn't matter, they don't need it. But anyway, we need to find out if she, you know, if a couple pieces of popcorn here and there is really going to cause any problem with her, because she looks so sad when the other dogs are getting a treat and she's not. If it comes down to where she can't have anything, then we're just going to have to stop giving the other dogs, you know, people food as well. It'd be better for them anyway to not have it. But anyway, she's doing really, really well, other than the kidney issue. Her coat is so much better. She lost a little weight, which she needed to. She lost about a pound, which on a little dachshund, you can tell it. But I think it was good. I really don't want her to gain that pound back, because she was a little bit overweight. She has a lot more energy. She was actually ran out in the yard and chased a cat the other day, which she hasn't done that in months. So I'm really pleased with how she's doing. I know that at her age, we only have a handful of years left with her, but I want to make those her senior years, her golden years, to be the best that we can do for her. So thank you so much. I've talked for 13 minutes already just about my dog. I need to get moving, or this video is going to be way too long. The other thing I wanted to talk about was our power line issue. The same weekend Lucy got sick, a tree fell on our power lines and knocked our power pole down. I talked about that whole thing in another video. I will link that for you if you haven't seen it. Short story, we went round and round and round and round with our power company, and they absolutely 100% refused to pay for the damages in full. All they paid for was to replace our pole, our electric pole. That's it. They came and set it for us, and then that was it. The rest of the expense is ours to have to foot. Total cost for everything, including if we would have had to buy the pole, which we didn't have to, was around $1,400. And like I said, the electric company did furnish the pole and set it for us. Thankfully, though, our homeowner's insurance is going to cover the rest of it, minus a $500 deductible. So we're hoping that what we get from our insurance company will pay for the electrician's bill. But we have the new pole up, we are connected, and everything's back the way it was before. and I'm very thankful for that. Thank you for all of your prayers during that time. It was a terribly, terribly stressful time for me. I mean, it's like we had 3 bad things happen in one day. Lucy got sick, tree fell on our power line, and my car got the brakes went out in my car. Yeah, that's not a weekend I will forget anytime soon. I also wanted to update you on my rooster, Al, who I thought was a girl, and we named her Alice, and so now we call him Al. I call him Alistair sometimes. He's doing great. I'll insert a little video clip of him. So this is Al. I don't know what he's up to, but he won't hold still for me to take a still photo, so I'm videoing him. He's going back up to the shed, it looks like. Yeah, go back to the shed. It's a rainy day, silly chicken. I love to watch the way he walks. He's got a little bit of a wonky leg. His left leg there kind of turns in a little bit. He has lost all of the aggression that he had when I had him in a cage. He loves being free range. I swore I would never, ever get attached to another rooster that was free range again when Oliver died. Oliver was a rooster that I had a couple of years ago, and he was a free ranger, and I loved that rooster, and he got killed by a fox. And so I swore after Oliver died I was never going to get attached to another rooster. Well, here I am attached to another rooster. I mean, I raised Al from a chick, so it's like, how can you not be attached? And it does make me nervous when he ventures out into the far backyard where Oliver got killed. We do have our dog, our guard dog, tied up out there now, and he's been pretty good about keeping foxes away. And we also have another outside dog that's roams, that's not tied, another guard dog, and he takes good care of the chickens too. So hopefully Al will have a long life with us. I have to go out every night and I collect him. I call him and I go find him, and I herd him back, and I put him in the shed at night so that he's safe. And so one of these days I'll videotape that for you. Couple of other things I wanted to talk about really quickly before this video gets a whole lot longer. I wanted to remind you all of my autumn pumpkin DIY collaboration that I am hosting. I will insert a clip of that announcement here. I want you to put on your thinking caps and think of anything that has to do with pumpkins. It could be pumpkin spice, it could be real pumpkins, fake pumpkins, anything to do with pumpkins. And then I want you to do something with the pumpkins. I want you to make some sort of a home decor project, a porch decor, a craft, something maybe that you can do with your kids, a craft for your kids, a craft for your homeschool. If you homeschool, a unit study on pumpkins maybe, or if you like to cook, your favorite pumpkin recipe. I don't care what your video is, as long as it has to do with pumpkins. Now, there's not going to be any price limit. You can spend as much or as little as you want. If you can do it for free, all the better. You can shop wherever you want. You can shop your home. You can shop thrift, Dollar Tree, Walmart, high-end stores, whatever you want to do. You can shop wherever you want. So really the only rule is that it has to have something to do with pumpkins. This is also an open collab, so feel free to invite your subscribers to participate in this collaboration as well. The more the merrier. I would also ask that you would mention Cheryl's Country Home in your video that I'm hosting this, and to link my channel and the playlist. If I can figure out how to set up a playlist. I've never done that before, but lots of people do it, so I think I can figure it out. And the upload date will be Friday, October 19th. So if you're planning to join me in that collaboration, just please let me know. I know I made that announcement quite a while ago, so this is just a reminder, and I will have another reminder in a couple of more weeks when it gets closer to the upload time. I will film another reminder. I hope a lot of people join me. It's going to be really, really fun, and I'm really looking forward to seeing all of your wonderful ideas. I know you guys are all so creative, and if you don't have a YouTube channel, you can still participate. Do something, take a picture of it, and send it to me to my email address. My contact information is in the description box below. I would love to see that video, or the pictures of what you do, and if I get enough pictures, I can put a little video together highlighting what you've done with pumpkins this year. And one last announcement is my Crochet and Afghan with Me series. It's going really well. I know I have a couple, at least 2 or 3 of you who are joining me with that. The series just started a couple of weeks ago, so it's not too late for you to join. I will link the playlist of that up in the corner. I think it's going to be a really fun time. I think people are going to enjoy doing this Crochet and Afghan with me. And this too, when we're all done, when all the projects are done, I would love for you to send me a picture of your project. I will do a video whether I get 2 people or 20 people sending me pictures of their completed projects. I'll do a quick little video highlighting your project so that everyone can see what you have done. So I'm really looking forward to that. That's all the announcements. As far as my life goes, everything's going really well. I've been having the same issues I always have with my IBS. Some days it's bad, some days it's good. I'm trying to figure out this whole Trim Healthy Mama thing with my digestion. A lot of the foods that I've been eating lately have not agreed with my system at all, so I'm not really sure how much longer I'm going to be able to do Trim Healthy Mama 100%. I do really like this eating program. I really do think it is beneficial and helpful, and it does work, but for me it's quite a struggle. I really have a hard time with it. I will probably never completely give up Trim Healthy Mama, but I don't think I will ever be able to do it 100%. It's just the foods that they want you to eat are the cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, which I love all those vegetables, but those vegetables do not love me, and I just can't do the recipes that call for those as a main ingredient. So anyway, I'm struggling with that. My weight loss pretty much has stalled, and I think that is because I have been indulging in some things I shouldn't be, that are totally not on plan, and I've been doing a lot of crossover meals and not keeping my fuels separated like I should. So I haven't gained any weight, but I have not lost any more. My loss still stands at about 15 pounds, so there's that. I'd really, really like to lose 10 more, but I don't know. I'm learning to be content where I'm at in life, no matter what size pants I wear. All right, friends, I think that is all that I have to say right now. This video is going to be a half an hour long, I can tell already. Thanks so much for joining me with this coffee chat and catching up. And we will talk to you all later. Bye, friends.